Story 1. I read something about Nicolas Cage once. He was in massive debt, maybe $10 million, because of bad real estate investments. He put his head down and kept making movie after movie, about 7 movies a year, with 6 weeks of shooting and 1 or 2 weeks of preparation for each movie. After many years of doing that, he was back in the black, big time. My advice would be to make 6 or 7 movies a year. I hope that helps. Story 2. I read somewhere that Danny DeVito once said the secret to success is to just keep showing up. And that man really did. He took every weird role, every oddball cameo, every commercial that needed chaotic energy, and now he is a national treasure. The man played a human toe in Space Jam and no one questioned it. So my advice, be like Danny. Show up, be weird, never say no. Eventually, the world will pay you to just exist. Story 3. Compound interest. The downside is it starts very slowly and takes a long time to increase, so you need another source of income in the meantime. Story 4. There are only 4 ways to get rich. 1. Inherit it. 2. Steal it. 3. Work really, really hard. 4. Learn how to be persuasive and resourceful. Beth Dutton from the TV series Yellowstone, Season 4, Episode 3. Story 5. The easiest way is having a work-from-home job. There are no gas fees and you can do it comfortably even while in bed. Story 6. Doing simple chores for people who cannot do them for themselves who live very close by. Up to 2/3 of my spendable income has come from this for years. Story 7. Win the £172 million jackpot on the European Million tomorrow. After you have bought a nice house, a fleet of supercars, and a spread of extravagant holidays, you will be able to bank £158 million in a Coutts instant access account at 3.7%. This will provide you with £269,174.75 in interest after tax for the first month and then compound from there. So you can sit on a beach drinking mojitos while earning £270,000 per month and paying the correct amount of tax. Story 8. I saw a woman post the other day that she wanted to start selling her used chewing gum to anyone interested in buying it. The consensus was that as long as she marked it as not for human consumption, it would be legal. That seems like a really easy way to make money. Story 9. It is legal but definitely not ethical. Step 1. Join the United States Congress. Step 2. Join important committees that decide on trillions of dollars in deals. Step 3. Use that insider knowledge to trade stocks before the news reaches the public. That is how members of Congress become obscenely wealthy while having a relatively low income. It is very easy to make large amounts of money when the system is rigged in your favor. Anyone else in the country would be in jail for insider trading. Story 10. If you are already posting online, try affiliate links. If you are good at talking, try surveys or voiceovers. If you are decent at a video game, stream it or sell coaching. Even flipping items on Facebook Marketplace can generate solid side income with minimal overhead. Story 11. I imagine it is not the same everywhere, so I am not sure if it would work for you. But if you are looking for a side hustle and not a main job, filing other people's taxes is a good option. It is not hard to make $5,000 to $10,000 every year just by entering numbers into the tax software used in your country. Even at $100 each, which is inexpensive, doing 2 or 3 tax returns every day after work for a month will earn you close to $10,000 for about 2 hours each evening. If you want to increase your effort and spend your weekends doing that as well, you could make a lot more than $10,000. Tax season is the perfect opportunity to earn the money needed very quickly to travel at least twice a year. Story 12. Charging monopoly rents. Technically, this is classified as unearned income, but I think your question is, how do I make money easily? Once you have a monopoly, you can extract rents from it. Story 13. Deceiving people. False products, supplements, selling items you know they will not use for 3 times the cost, and insisting that means it is a quality item. Story 14. Live at home and save almost everything you earn. $100,000 in a high-yield savings account right now will pay for a month or 2 of expenses. Story 15. The easiest way nowadays is clearly social media. Influencers get paid a lot per post, and many of these people have 1 or 2 videos go viral. Suddenly, they have millions of followers and can promote whatever products they want. As much as I despise influencers, they have found an easy way to make the most money with the least amount of effort. Story 16. The easiest way to make money is to figure out what you are passionate about, something that you really love to do. Then go all in and concentrate on doing that one thing. Be the absolute best, biggest expert on it. Then the money will come easily. If you are cutting grass to make money, be the best at it. Do a great job and others will notice, and you will be asked to cut their grass. Even if it's some way to make easy money, it may not be easy for you and me to do it. What is easy for some is not easy for others. For example, it is easy for me to sit and write all day, even easier if I enjoy what I am writing about. For others, they struggle even with writing the first sentence. That is fine. Figure out what you are passionate about, what you love to do, and the money will come. Story 17. Get involved in politics, obtain insider information, trade stocks, become a congressperson, receive funding from the American-Israel Public Affairs Committee. Support actions related to the conflict in Gaza. Story 18. Getting a decent job and showing up every day will, over the long term, outperform any get-rich-quick scheme. Story 19. As a moderately attractive woman, simply talking to men, if you really want to, you can sell your nude photos. Story 20. Already having money 100%. If you have $5 million, you can pay someone a fraction of that to keep it growing with very little effort needed from you. A small amount of money can feed a person, but it is finite. You have to keep replenishing it. A large amount of money can feed itself and you. Imagine a car, say a limited edition Bugatti that costs $5 million, but once you own it, you find it has a machine in the trunk that makes other cars. That machine also produces parts that the mechanic who looks after your car needs, so you do not need to work to pay the mechanic, just let him have an occasional ball joint or strut from the machine in the trunk. You know this car exists, and you are determined to have one someday. Even though you have only $900 in your savings account, you vote based on what is going to be best for you when you finally get the car. You drive a 2004 Toyota Avalon that needs a lot of bodywork. But you criticize the person in the Nissan Altima because he thinks the Bugatti is a pipe dream for 99.9% of people. You know better, so you vote for the person with the fleet of Bugattis because he is clearly pro-Bugatti owner, and that is going to be you one day soon. Story 21. Learn about the talents God blessed you with and use them to make money. It is the easiest way to earn income. Story 22. Go on OfferUp. Find free items, clean them up, sell them for the time it took you to walk, and come back. Story 23. Write an ebook once and sell it forever. Even if it is mediocre, someone will buy it at 2 a.m. on impulse. Story 24. Content creation seems to be the current trend and is very lucrative when done well with relatively little effort. Story 25. Find a vocation that you truly love and do it. I just retired after 38 years in healthcare, and although there were many very trying times, I would not have traded it for anything. Story 26. Stock market. Options take some time to learn, but the easiest way is to buy good companies when they crash for some unreasonable reasons while still maintaining solid fundamentals. Examples are Meta and Netflix. Story 27. If you do not have money to begin with, there are no easy ways. I think the best option is to work in the trades. Learn plumbing, electrical work, or heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Learn as much as you can, as fast as you can. Learn the trade, then learn the business that makes it run. You can break into 6 figures working for a good company. If you run your own company well in the right area, you can reach the mid-6 figures within a decade. Story 28. A job? I think people underestimate just how much money you will accumulate if you keep your head down and live within your means. Costco is paying around $21 an hour near me for someone to stand at the entrance and match faces with pictures on the car scanner. Story 29. I buy stocks that produce dividends and distributions. I get paid thousands of dollars while I sleep. Cannot get easier than this. Story 30. Tech sales. It is the hardest part of owning a business without all the annoying back office or administrative work, all while having very limited liability. Also, your weekends are yours. The best representatives make over $1 million a year. Solid representatives make approximately $350,000 while they aim for their big seven-figure year. While building their careers, junior staff make $200,000. There are easier ways to make money, but I feel the trade-offs or luck have not gone my way yet. Story 31. There is no simple answer to this. All of the easy ways require either existing cash, an existing stable job, access to contacts across an industry, or a skill set that requires higher education or significant effort. It is simply whatever you are good at that you can get paid for. Story 32. The whole OnlyFans concept seems straightforward to me. You just have to be attractive and willing to take advantage of men. From what I have read here, men can be quite naive. Story 33. OnlyFans. Nobody wants to see dad bodies hang anyone, but if there were some people out there who wanted to see me play video games or read comics in the nude, I would be set for life. Story 34. The easiest way is to put your money in a savings account or another interest-earning account. It might only be 0.1%, but it is basically free money for no work. Story 35. The easiest method I can think of is plasma donating. You drive to a center, wait a few minutes, lie in a bed, then leave with maybe around $50. It depends on the center. The center I went to had a bonus for new people, which was like $100 per donation for a month. You can do a maximum of 2 donations in a week. My appointments lasted about 2 hours. Story 36. Sadly, working hard has not been the key for a very long time. I know people who use artificial intelligence to make YouTube shorts with basically no effort and have made millions. Obviously, you have to be first to do this, but there are many similar things you can do with almost no effort. Story 37. Move to the Netherlands, get a license, and become a sex worker. While it may seem like I am joking, I am really not. Germany works as well. Story 38. I once paid for all of my Christmas gifts for people using money I earned completing surveys through Swagbucks. I filled out the surveys during my spare time. I have also earned $85.40 using the 1Q app, which randomly asks me questions sometimes. I also use Google Opinion Rewards. This is some of the easiest money I have earned, even if it is not a large amount. Story 39. There is no easy way, only really hard ways to make money. Can be easier if you pick something you are passionate about. Mine is trading. Story 40. Find a service that is in high demand and that everyone hates doing. Do that 5 days a week, 10 hours a day, charging above average rates while working for yourself. Money printer. Story 41. Sell your stuff, do side hustles like Uber or Lug. Learn a skill online for free and freelance with it, for example, website design. I am interpreting easy as readily available resources that enable the task. Some people might say owning a car is not easy, but context matters, you get the idea. If easy means little to no effort, then winning the lottery or being generally lucky fits that definition. Story 42. Selling items you already own but never use is like getting paid to declutter and feel productive. Bonus points if you pretend you are a minimalist now. Story 43. Make debt, buy assets, use them as an excuse to take more debt and buy more assets. You use parts of this debt chain to make a living. Story 44. Be born extremely intelligent and get a job as a senior software architect for an obscure system. I worked with a person who made easily $400,000 a year, showed up about 30 hours a week, and mostly worked on his personal laptop. Story 45. Working a job at a desk. Sitting is relatively easy. Doing a skilled manual labor job could pay more, especially upfront, but manual labor is less easy. Story 46. Already having money, in most cases you can let the money work for you with simple investments. Nothing else is easier. Story 47. Sign up for several cryptocurrency memberships. They will send you many emails. Simply reply stop to one or all of their emails. If they continue, you can report them to the Federal Trade Commission, and they will stop. Alternatively, you can get a job. I am certain that after about 6 months of work, you will have enough money to buy a used car. Pretty cool, right? Story 48. Investing in a dividend-paying fund costs $6. With a couple of clicks, you can start earning money without any additional work. It works best if you inherit money first. Story 49, hold Bitcoin. The price was $117,000 per Bitcoin at the time of this comment. Come back later to read this again and see just how right I was. Story 50. Bank bonuses and credit card signups have been a very fruitful side hustle for me over the past few years, especially when you consider how much you get versus the work put in. Bank bonuses. Many banks incentivize new account signups by offering a cash reward for opening a new account, depositing a certain amount of funds, and leaving it there for a fixed period, typically around 3 months. Alternatively, some require a certain number of direct deposits within the next 3 months. Bonuses between $200 and $500 are common. Chase offers a great bonus of $900. Note that these types of bonuses are taxable, but you still come out ahead. Credit card sign-up bonuses. Sign up for a new card and spend a specified amount within the next 3 months to receive cashback or points for redemption. The Aviator Red card is available for a few more weeks and has one of the easiest requirements. Pay the $99 annual fee and make just one purchase of 1 cent or more to get 50,000 AAdvantage miles. This is a good option if you are planning a vacation or a trip. Another example is the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. Spend $500, get $200 back. Important to note for credit card bonuses, always use natural spending, expenditures you would have made regardless of having the card. Inflating your spending just to chase points or bonuses does not result in actual savings. Also, always pay the statement balance in full every month. 30% interest can easily erase any accumulated bonus. These bonuses are not taxed, as the Internal Revenue Service considers them rebates. Story 51. I have started doing drop-in visits on Rover. A visit is only half an hour, and you can set your own price. If you are able to book several clients in a day within relatively close proximity, it is pretty easy money. The only problem is that you have to be careful because some people lie about how good their dog is, and a difficult dog can easily make it a hard job. However, I like visiting cats and calmer senior dogs. Story 52. Sit on the side of a busy road with a sign asking for money. You might not get a lot, but you will get some. Story 53. The original poster and any other interested entrepreneur can easily be cash flow positive within 13 days of starting my program. Send me $77.77, and I will reveal one simple secret for small passive income. Story 54. Stop spending money on things you really do not need. Look at your spending each month. I guarantee there is waste in there. If you want to be a millionaire, start early. Be disciplined with your spending and savings and investing for 2 to 3 decades, and you will be there. Story 55. OnlyFans if you are a woman. There are many men who want to see you doing almost anything. For men, it is more like work. Find a job and show up. That is all I have. Story 56. For women, sex work as an escort can earn $1,000 per day easily in Los Angeles. For men, I do not know. Even in computer science or programming, you need to invest time and effort to learn. Story 57. Of probably. Sure, it is easier if you are a young, attractive woman, but regular people make good money on it if they find the right niche. It does not even have to be adult content, although it almost always is. It just requires a little marketing to get it going. Or so I hear. Still waiting on the inevitable wave of subscribers who want to see my hairy, dirty feet videos. Any day now. Story 58. Options, futures, and stocks, assuming you know what you are doing. If not, they are the easiest ways to lose money quickly. Story 59. If you are already wealthy, you literally just let the money sit there, and it grows faster than you spend it. Story 60. Be a wealthy investor. Everyone else does the work of running the businesses, and you earn your share by providing the money. Story 61. Buying pennies from the bank, then separating and keeping the copper for later. You should at least get your money back on copper alone. As with anything in capitalism, costs money. Good thing capitalism is just a small, temporary thing. If you disrupt my move, I will hurt all of you. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.